What's up, my dude? 2020 Loretta Lynn's MX ATV all out. So, first of all, shout out to all you dudes actually racing Lorettas this year. I know that would probably be pretty crazy with everything that's going on. Definitely, I can't believe they're even still doing it. I don't know when they're doing it, but I know the outdoors has been pushed back again. So who the hell knows when that's actually going to really happen. So, I couldn't imagine things like, Loretta Lynn's and stuff like that. But either way, let's take a little look at this track. Ooh, look at these. These 10 Commandments definitely look more beefy than last year's in this game. All of this is more beefy for sure. I kind of just getting the vibe it's like more pre-made everywhere than the quote-unquote 19 Loretta Lynn's track in this game. A little more pre-made everywhere is what it seems like. I couldn't find much differences in the actual 2020 Redbud replica track in this game that just came out like a week ago or whatever, right? A lot of you guys have been probably riding on that track. I couldn't find a lot of differences in that 2020 version and the 19 version. Oh, that's way different right there. What the hell? Oh my God. I don't think anybody is actually going to roll that, which is kind of funny. But, oh my God. They've definitely amped up those jump peaks right there. Holy crap. Okay. That is pretty wild. I wasn't expecting all that action. That was way more peaked jump designs to that. It's almost like they're going for, obviously the layout feels like exact, so none of that's changed at all. Literally at all. Not even like width of the track change. Sometimes you can have like different years of tracks in these games. They might be the exact same layout on paper, but you can still go in there and kind of make certain areas more narrow or more wide than they were the year before or whatever. None of that's been done at all. I just want to make that clear. Like, there's been none of that. It is the exact same actual, if you flattened out all the obstacles and everything, it's the exact same track as the 19 version, right? So there's nothing changed as far as that goes. It's all like pre-made design, changing like rut design, making bigger ruts or bigger berms or more roughness or bigger jump faces. It's all like that. It's not actual, different like corners or the way the corner flows or whatever. It's not anything like that. You know what I mean? It's not a layout change at all. So it just feels a little bit different, not like crazy different. You still kind of feel like you're on the same track as last year, which Loretta Lynn's is kind of known for being like that, obviously. But, yeah, good Lord. They amped that jump up so much right there. Oh, my God. I'm kind of surprised they amped this one up this much. That definitely makes that almost feel less realistic. Like those two jumps right there. I don't know if they were trying to amp up the fun factor or what, but that definitely seemed to make that feel like how that would never actually be at the real life Loretta track. So I don't know. It's kind of like they've just thrown realism, 1-to-1 scale realism out the window a little bit here and just amped up some of the jump faces a little bit. That's one thing I've always been a little confused about at Loretta Lynn's for all the years I've been watching it and stuff. Why is there not like at least like a 90-foot tabletop somewhere, 100-foot table, good, decent peak size tabletop somewhere? Like, it's just so it's just so anti even remotely big jump. Like, I understand they're trying to test your corner skills, they're trying to test your going in deep rut skills. I get it. Like, that's kind of what it's known for. Look, I totally understand, right? But, like, come on now. I mean, it's almost to the point where it's just, like, so basic jump design at Loretta's. It's just so basic. It's just crazy to me that you can literally go to a track that doesn't even have any jump bigger than 80 foot on it and no jump peak that is hardly insane at all, not even remotely close to like a supercross track or a Larocco's Leap or nothing even close to that, right? And depending on how good you do on this track is what depicts if you're going to be able to go pro or not, basically. I mean, this is pretty much the track that decides if you're going to be on a factory team or you're not, right? It's just crazy to me how they make those crazy decisions. I mean, you can say motocross is about cornering all you want to or whatever, but like Supercross, there's a lot of jumps on Supercross, dog. And people get, Supercross factory ride deals off of how good they do at Loretta's. So, I don't know. It's just something I've always been a little confused about. I wish Loretta's was a little bit more. I know it gets a little bit kind of jump skill gappy on the 10 Commandments, obviously, so that kind of tests your rhythm jumping skill a little bit, but there's just no real, like, bigger tabletop or, kind of that more Larocco's Leap style flyover 150, there's just nothing even close to that. So, I don't know. I just think that would be cool if in real life they eventually added at least one somewhat bigger jump. I mean, you can watch the videos of Loretta Lynn's for the past ever, and it's just like the smallest of the small jump faces. It's just like dudes are just literally like scrubbing the crap out of it. It's like, bro, come on now. I don't know. It's just something I've always thought could make Loretta Lynn's a little more cool if they added at least one bigger jump to it. But that's just me personally. So, yeah. As far as this track, yeah, you've got a little bit more beefed up pre-made roughness, pre-made ruts, a little bit bigger berms, and then a couple of the jumps are changed a little bit. This one right here in particular, for sure. I think they're trying to make that like a wall. And then this jump face right here is a little bit bigger to the point to where you can kind of over jump that like crazy. But everything else is pretty much the same other than that, right? This whole section right here is pretty much the same. Snag one of them little middle ruts. These jumps might be a little bit bigger than they were on the last year's track. Just a little bit, maybe. This jump's exactly the same. I don't think that's changed at all. All this down through here is pretty much exactly the same. So, yeah, you got some changes, this seems a little rougher right here as well. You got some changes, but not like a crazy amount. So, yeah. But I guess the technical like layout on the track map of it is exactly the same as last year's, so they couldn't really change a whole lot as far as the layout goes. So, yeah. Kind of just getting a little bit. I definitely feel more differences in this track, like going from the 19 to the 2020 version, than I feel in the Redbud 19 to 2020 of that track, right? I couldn't hardly feel any differences on those going from the 19 to the 2020 Redbud in this game. So at least there's some differences. Like at least you can feel something different on the track, At least some of the jumps are changed. So, but in the grand scheme, it's not drastic, right? You can definitely tell they just sort of took the 19 track and just slightly edited upon it, right? They definitely didn't like start all over from scratch and make a track, You can definitely tell there's quite a few sections here that are copy and paste, if you will, right? Which is expected to a certain extent, Either way, not a bad track, man. That seemed like that berm's a little bigger now, too. I was happy about them making the 10 Commandments a little bit bigger. I think they're bigger. Not 1,000% sure on that, but whoa, that freaking AI kind of tricked me into going off the track there. I think the 10 Commandments are bigger here, not by like a whole lot. It's not like crazy, but I was wanting them to be bigger on the 19 version of this track, so that's cool that they decided to change that. But yeah, all this right through here is pretty much identical. These jumps down through here are identical to the year before. This whole section right here is identical. This might be a little bit different, but this right here is pretty much identical. All this kind of sand roughness into these corners are identical. These berms might be a little bigger in those corners, so a couple changes, but not a whole lot. But look at this wall, dude. Oh my god, that cracks me up. That cracks me up, bro. So yeah, man, as 2020 Loretta Lynn's. Slightly more jump fun factor. Slightly more, maybe you could say like roughness, bigger berm, corner skill gap, possibly. But other than that, very, very similar to the year before, right? So, yeah, not bad though, not bad. Either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.